guys, welcome back to In Case of Econ Struggles. Welcome to another AP Micro Struggle. Today I'm talking about topic 4.3, which is called Price Discrimination. So here's what you need to know for the AP exam about price discrimination. First, you need to know what it is, and second, you need to know how it relates to monopolies and monopoly markets. So let's just start off with a quick motivating example. So for our motivating example, if you remember, we did an example in consumer and producer surplus where we were talking about a coffee shop, where Deb owned a coffee shop and Bill and Katie were walking into the coffee shop. And we said that if the price was something like $5, then Deb, who is willing to sell the coffee for $3, has a producer surplus of $2. Bill is willing to buy the coffee for $7, so he also has a consumer surplus of $2. And so total surplus in this market would be $4. But now we're going to say that Deb is the only coffee shop in town. So Deb has market power, she's a monopoly. And further, these little thought bubbles around Bill and Katie are no longer going to be thought bubbles. They are going to be known to Deb. So Deb knows exactly how much Bill and Katie are each willing to pay. So what can Deb do if she's allowed to use price discrimination? Well, she is going to charge Bill $7 for his cup of coffee. And so Bill is going to pay $7 for his cup of coffee. And then as soon as Bill gets out of line, Deb is going to quickly and suddenly change the price of coffee to $4 because Katie's willingness to pay is $4. So Deb is going to charge Katie her willingness to pay. So the point of this example is that with price discrimination, the prices are going to differ between people. So again, this is going to be Bill's price right here. This is going to be Katie's price right here. There's no one market price for both Bill and Katie. Deb is going to charge each person their maximum willingness to pay, which means that Bill and Katie's consumer surplus is going to be 0, and Deb's producer surplus is going to be $4 for Bill and $1 for Katie. So again, this is Deb capturing all of the consumer surplus because she is able to charge different prices for different people. Now this seems sort of weird because no one can actually do this. It's illegal to price discriminate. But what I'm trying to do is give you the theoretical understanding, the conceptual understanding behind exactly what price discrimination is. And now let's take it to a graph of a monopoly market, which we saw in the last video. So here I've drawn two graphs. I've drawn the monopoly market without price discrimination and the monopoly market with price discrimination on the right. So on the left, we have our normal monopoly graph, where you can see that basically what Deb is going to do is she is going to set marginal cost equal to marginal revenue, which is right here. She's going to go up to the demand curve to determine what price to charge both Bill and Katie. And then she is going to have a monopoly price and monopoly quantity. And you can see that compared to the perfect competition outcome, which is where supply equals demand, we have a lower quantity in this monopoly market and we have a higher price, which means we're also going to have deadweight loss, which is going to be this area right here. Now, if Deb is allowed to use price discrimination, what she's going to do is her marginal revenue is going to be exactly equal to demand, because again, she can instantly change the price for different people. So she can charge each person their maximum willingness to pay. And we said this demand curve represents the people's willingness to pay. So she's using this demand curve to set price, so she can find where demand equals supply. But because the price is going to be exactly equal to the demand curve, and it's going to be different for each quantity, what's going to happen is the producer surplus triangle is going to be this entire area, because Deb is capturing the entire consumer surplus as part of her producer surplus, and so her producer surplus is the entire triangle. But notice we don't have any deadweight loss, so if you're just thinking about this from a total surplus perspective, price discrimination actually gets us a higher total surplus. We're doing better than just a monopoly market because we're selling at the perfect competition quantity, and the only thing that's changing is the fact that instead of some of this pie going to consumers, it's now all going to the producer, Deb. So again, we're not trying to get into this a super lot. I'm just trying to explain the conceptually understanding of price discrimination. Maybe in the next video or on Sunday or next week, I'll put out a video about some examples of price discrimination in the real world. So if there's one example that you would like me to explain, put that in the comments below. But also, if this video or these videos in general helping you out, let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another case of Econ Struggles.